In the last decades of Numenor, its dominion did not rest solely upon the island. Across the coasts of Middle-earth stood fortified havens, ruled by men appointed to enforce the will of the king's men. Among these, Umbar was the greatest, a seat of fleets and tribute, a place where Númenórean authority was maintained by command rather than consent. Those sent there were not envoys, but instruments of control. When the island fell, the news did not arrive as legend or uncertainty. It came as fact. The sea had swallowed Númenor. The king was gone, and no power remained to recall those who served abroad. In Umbar, confusion followed, loyalties fractured, and authority wavered. Some sought the faithful in the north, others abandoned their posts. One commander did neither. He sealed the haven, secured the fleets, and gathered the garrisons under his rule, choosing stability over allegiance to a vanished realm. In the years that followed, Umbar endured as a remnant of Númenórean pride, hardened, resentful, and cut off from redemption. Of the man who held it, little was spoken at first. His name faded from record, but his will did not. Long before he was known in the north, before crowns were broken and kingdoms fell, the shadow had already found a servant, and only much later would Middle-earth name him the Witch King of Angmar.
He is coming.
All of you, stand up now!
My lord, Tar, the man we captured was no thief.
No one crosses my harbor by mistake.
He watched the fleets for days, counted sails, measured time between departures.
He carried letters. Northern Hand, Northern Seal.
Name it.
Arnor.
What troubles us, my lord, is not the spy, but the reason.
Say it.
We have raised no banners against the north. No ships sail for their coasts. No steel is pointed their way.
Yet they send eyes into our city as if we were already at war.
Why does Arnor fear Umbar, my lord?
They fear what does not belong to them. For generations, Umbar devoured itself. Lords against lords, fleets rotting at anchor. Gold wasted on pride. Now they hear that Umbar speaks with one voice.
That is not a crime.
To the weak, order is always a threat. Arnor does not spy because we march north. They spy because one day we could. They hoped to find you divided.
They found loyalty.
They found the end of their comfort.
What is your will, my lord?
Bring the spy. If the North wishes to look upon Umbar, they will do so through his eyes.
Say your name.
I have already given my name.
Names matter in the North. Here, only purpose does. Why did Arnor send you?
To watch.
Watch what?
If Umbar would tear itself apart again.
And did it?
No.
Then why stay?
Because unity does not last. Not among men.
You were sent to count ships,
Yes.
measure loyalty,
Yes.
and listen for whispers of rebellion.
Yes.
You see, they were not looking for war. They were waiting for weakness.
They fear what you are building.
No, they fear they did not build it first.
What is your judgment, my lord?
He will return north. He will tell them this. Umbar is not divided. Umbar is awake. And next time, send more than eyes. Now cut his arms off.
Meanwhile, in the north, Arnor expanded behind shields and laws written by the victors. Forts were driven into hilllands, clans were broken, chiefs replaced, and obedience was enforced in the name of order. This was the kingdom founded by survivors who refused to be weak again, led by Elendil and upheld by his sons Isildur and Anarion. Men remembered as heroes by those they protected, and tyrants by those they ruled. To Arnor, the wars in Rudar were necessary, borders secured, resistance crushed for the future of men. To the hillmen, they were dispossession, their sons taken for distant wars, their lands claimed by southern lords who spoke of ancient rights. And so the hillmen did not pray to Arnor's kings or wait for mercy. They turned away from the north, crossed seas and shadows, and came south to Umbar, where Azagar ruled. They did not ask him to save them. They asked him to help them fight back.
We crossed sea and stone to stand here. Arnor hunts us in the hills. Their forts grow closer every season.
You chose a long road, I see.
Because we were told you listen. Send your soldiers north. Let Umbar strike with us.
No.
Then we came for nothing.
You came because you are losing.
Without help, Arnor will grind us down.
Then die fighting them. That is the way of hills, is it not?
You mock us.
I correct you. This is not my war. It never was. Come.
You say it is not your war, yet you tell me to follow.
I told you to walk.
What is this place?
Where Umbar keeps what it does not announce.
You said you would not send soldiers.
I will not.
What is that?
Fire that waits and brings no mercy.
Fire does not hold ground.
No. It empties it.
You said this was our war. Then why give us this?
It is your war, my friend.
Then why give us this?
Because soldiers die where they stand. Fire walks uphill.
How much of it is here?
Enough to burn every fort Arna ever drove into your land.
And the price?
No banners. No names. No gratitude. When Arnor burns, it must believe the hills did it alone.
You said you would not help us.
I didn't. I only made sure you survive long enough to finish your war.
With Arzagar's help, the hillmen turned their war outward. What began as raids became pressure, and what began as pressure became collapse. They struck Rudor first. Forts burned in the hills, roads were cut, watchtowers fell one by one. No banners were raised, no armies marched in the open. Months became years. Arnor called it unrest, then rebellion, then silence. Slowly, the city of Rudor slipped from their grasp, not taken in a single battle, but exhausted into surrender. And when Rudor was finally held by men who hated Arnor more than they feared it, Arzagar knew the ground was ready. The north was bleeding, divided, and blind.
Umbar smells like dead fish, not the clean rot of the sea, but the kind that lingers too long in the sun, when even scavengers have lost interest. Cities smell that way when they have reached the limit of what they can become.
It is a harbor. Harbors live on decay, trade, blood, and things brought from elsewhere. That is how power survives.
Power survives, yes. But it does not grow here anymore. You have ruled Umbar efficiently, faster than men expected, and more thoroughly than they understand. That is why I came, not to flatter you, and not to threaten you, but to see whether the ring rests on a hand that knows what to do with it.
You speak of it as if it were alive.
Everything that endures learns to behave as if it were. Tell me, since you are still capable of honesty with yourself, how does it feel now that you wear it? Not when you think of it, but when you forget it is there.
It feels like nothing. No voice, no command whispered in my ear. If that was your design, then you misjudged your work.
No. If it felt like power, you would already be ruined. The ring is not meant to announce itself to you. It is meant to make your decisions heavier, your patience longer, and your will harder to exhaust. You ruled before it came to you, but you ruled like a man who knew his time would end. Now you rule like someone who assumes the world must eventually bend or break.
Umbar bends well enough. The lords obey, the fleets answer, and the hills to the north burn without my banners ever leaving the harbor. If this city is rotting, then it rots quietly and profitably.
That is precisely the problem. Umbar is satisfied, and satisfaction is death stretched across decades. This city thinks you are its future, but it is not yours. It is a tool you have already learned to use, and tools that no longer challenge their master are meant to be set aside.
Then speak plainly, since you came all this way to the edge of the sea. If Umbar is not my destination, where do you intend to send me?
North. Always north. To the place that still believes history grants it innocence. To Arnor, where kings speak of ancient suffering as if survival itself were proof of virtue, and where conquest is forgiven because it is done politely, with laws and lineage instead of open chains. They are afraid of you already, though they do not yet know your name, and fear is the only honest instinct they have left.
Arnor is fractured land, exhausted by its own borders and its own pride. Why would I abandon a kingdom I already hold to chase a ruin that is collapsing without my help?
Because collapse without direction produces nothing but ashes. I do not want Arnor to fall by chance. I want it unmade with purpose. You have already seen how easily men turn on the north when given the means and the certainty that someone stands behind them. The hillmen were only the beginning. They are not your army, they are your proof.
You speak as if this were inevitable, as if the ring itself were pointing the way.
The ring does not choose for you. It removes the lies that would stop you from choosing. Umbar gave you control. The north will give you meaning. When Arnor is gone, there will be no memory left strong enough to challenge what you build in its place. And the city you claim there will not be another harbor waiting to rot, but a crown pressed into the land itself.
And when I stand there, ruling what remains, what then becomes of me?
Then you will finally stop asking where you belong. Men like you do not end wars, they redefine them. Do not linger on this shore, Arzagar. Even kings who do not age can waste time, and Umbar has already given you everything it ever will. You have delayed long enough, Arzagar. You have learned how men bend, how fear spreads faster than banners, how kingdoms exhaust themselves while believing they are still strong. That lesson is complete. What comes next is not patience, not preparation, not influence from the shadows. It is conquest. The North is ready for it, whether it knows it or not. Arnor is fractured, its borders defended by memory instead of strength. Its people already fighting wars they pretend are not wars. You will not be alone when you go to claim it. What you have seen so far is restraint, not limitation. Beyond the mountains, beyond the veils you have not yet been shown, there are hosts that do not tire, wills that do not question, armies that do not ask why they march. Orcs already wait in the dark places of the world, bred for obedience, sharpened for ruin, and they will answer when the time comes. And they will not be the only ones. Men will follow you, ancient beings will follow you, fear itself will move ahead of your banners. You will not need to beg for war. War will come to you, eager to be shaped. The ring was not given so you could rule a city. It was given so you would never stop once the road opened. The north is no longer a question, it is a task. And everything you need to finish it is already at your disposal. Ancient beings will follow you. Fear itself will move ahead of your banners. You will not need to beg for war. War will come to you, eager to be shaped. The ring was not given so you could rule a city. It was given so you would never stop once the road opened. The north is no longer a question, it is a task. And everything you need to finish it is already at your disposal. Your time to rule Umbar is over. You have taken from this city everything it can give, and what remains here will only dull you if you linger. This shore, these ships, this stench of salt and rot, they belong to yesterday. What waits for you now does not rise from harbors, but from ruin. I did not come to advise you anymore. I came to mark the end of preparation. The north has been softened, its borders weakened, its people taught to fight one another without knowing why. What was hidden is ready to be claimed. What was divided is ready to be taken. This is the moment where kings stop ruling and begin conquering. You will not be announced, and you will not be forgiven. You will move, and the world will learn to move with you.
Naradu!
Navan Ash Azagad, Isash Aval.
Ego men! Autamikola ok!
Dan, Inavish.
Nafalati assunum barikord.
Nelen ette avitsa dur. Les. Volaniesan. As a god, welcome to Kar Harad. The queen awaits for you.
And you complained of Umbar's smell? You are not one of men. Tell me what you are.
I am a servant that does not age, a shape that does not stay, and a hunger that learned to speak. I was promised fullness once and was betrayed by it. Now another makes promises, measured, patient, unending. And I believe him, not because I trust, but because this time the hunger is allowed to endure. I serve until I am fed, and he knows better than to lie about that. And that's it, Azerod. I don't matter. The hosts are already moving. Orcs out of Mordor, Haradrim from the south. They do not march together yet, but they will strike the same wound. Minas Ithil stands alone, too close to the shadow and too far from aid. Fear will reach its gates before the first ram does.
Gondor will answer.
Too slowly. Osgiliath is divided. Minas Anor looks west, and Isildur commands a city that cannot be held.
And the attack?
The orcs come through the Vale. They know the paths, the tunnels, the dark ways beneath the walls. The Haradrim come as allies, banners first, blades after. You will ride with them. To the men of the south, you are command. To the orcs, you are fear.
What remains when it falls?
A fortress facing west. A wound that will never heal. Minas Ithil will be remade, and you will be left there. Not as a conqueror who departs, but as the one who stays. Orcs will obey. Men will tremble. Gondor will learn your name without ever seeing your face. After, the Dark Lord will speak to you again. This is only the first gate you open. Come, we are summoned to the Queen of Harad.
So this is the one who will command my warriors and my Mumakil? The traitor from Umbar? Tell me, why did you give that monster your crown to keep? That pirate? That doctor of oak? You placed Umbar in Belian's hands, and she sent her ships to my ports on Belegar, taking goods and coin as if Harad were hers to tax. No blood, no war, only quiet plunder. Did you know this when you raised her up, or does the will of Mordor now excuse theft from the south?
My queen, I ask your leave and your forgiveness. This was not wrought by my counsel nor by my desire. Umbar was given by command above mine own, and Belian was set in place by the will of the Lord whom I serve. I did not bid her ships sail, nor did I loose them upon your shores. Lay not this taking at my feet, for I am bound to obey, not to choose.
Do not cloak this in obedience. The Lord of the Dark commanded Umbare be left to a noble hand, one bound by blood and station, not to her, not to a sea plunderer raised by fortune and cunning. This choice was yours, Azerod. Do not name it otherwise.
Then hear me plainly. I trusted her more than lineage, more than titles bought by age alone. I trusted her strength, her will, and her loyalty to the power that now shapes the world. If fault there be, it lies in that trust, and I do not withdraw it.
I trust neither her nor you. Were it not for the word the Dark Lord himself set before me, that Harad shall hold dominion over the southern sea roads, its trade unchallenged and its borders unbroken, this hall would already ring with war. By that promise alone, I am stayed. Break it, or test my patience further, and I would loose every Mumakil I command, and grind Umbar beneath their feet, stone and harbor alike.
My queen, I beg your patience. The Dark Lord has not forgotten the south, nor does he make light of its wealth or its honor. What was taken upon the sea shall be set right, and the keeping of Harad's roads by land and by water shall remain as was promised. I ask only this, that anger be held a little while longer, for the war that approaches will demand the strength of Harad whole, not turned upon Umbar. And if I may speak further, my queen, there is none among the Shadow's captains who understands the ordering of war as he does. Azerod has led hosts across ruin and victory alike. He knows how to gather strength, when to strike, and when to withhold the blow. It is for this knowledge alone that the Dark Lord has set him over the hosts of the south, not for favor, nor for pride, but because in the wars to come, none is better fitted to wield Harad's power.
Enough of this spoken through messengers and half-truths. Come, sit. In Harad, even war is named only after bread is broken. Let us feast, and see which words endure when hunger is stilled.
Thank you, my queen.
Thank you, my queen.
This cloth was woven for kings before you were shaped to kneel. You stain it as if it were common hide. Guards, take her away.
No, please, no! Help! Someone help me! Don't take the thing! No!
Bring a man. Carelessness seems to favor women tonight. Slowly. If you tear the thread, you will follow her, and Harad will remember your name only as a warning. This is how rule is kept, not by kindness, but by clarity. Those beneath must know that error has weight, and those above must never pretend otherwise.
Yes, my queen, I am sorry for what my sister has done.
The war is required. Harad is called to serve a greater design.
Nothing is taken from Harad, my queen, that will not return in dominion or fear. The south is asked because it is strong, and strength is never spared when the world is being reordered.
Then my warriors march not for you, Azerod, but because refusal would invite something far worse than loss.
And Mordor will remember my queen. The Dark Lord doesn't forget.
Then it will not be said that Harad sends its strength without a hand to guide it. Urzul Ash, you have ridden the red sands and the black roads. You have broken rebels and held borders when others fled.
Give me your blood!
This is the one who will ride with you. He commands my southern hosts, and his word carries my weight among them. You will march north at his side, you will obey his command in war, and you will see that Harad's warriors are spent as required and no more.
Yes, my queen. I will ride where Harad commands.
Take him. Take my banners. When the war is done, Harad will remember who returned and who did not.
Azerod's mother was a woman broken by abandonment, left by a Númenórean soldier she never forgave. In her son she saw only his father's shadow, and so she raised him with harsh words and colder silence. When he was 10, she tried to love him at last, but the wound had already hardened. Azeroth learned to hate the world and all within it, sparing only the elves, and even that would soon change in Númenor.
Adem sinne tanke bambo. Manen sinne.
Hey, you!
Ego hiernin. Leithio I Philin. daw, ibigay body. Ha, mampinning. Sinabi doon.
Behind right here!
Aslo! What is he doing with the dagger? Leave the kid alone. He's probably just playing. The poor kid has to bear that monster. I should put that here.
Before the gates of Harad, the sons took leave of their homes, and mothers held them long, though no word could stay what was already set in motion. The banners were raised, the Mumakils stood in grim array, and the captains rode forth. Thus the host departed northward to Minas Ithil, where the fate of many would be decided. The armor was fastened, helms drawn low, and long spears lifted in ordered ranks. The Mumakil were harnessed and made ready, their drivers calling them into line, while horsemen assembled at the flanks and the drums began their steady summons. Dust rose beneath 1,000 feet as the host gathered in full strength before the city, and at the word of command the banners inclined northward. Thus the armies of Harad set forth in solemn march toward the shadowed plains where war awaited.
Behold the strength of the south. These are no borrowed swords, no timid hosts. Even the west will bow when such power comes against it. They speak of the Dark Lord as though no will could stand beside his. I think otherwise. When this war is done, Harad will not rest. Gondor will follow, and the east after it. Let shadows learn that even they may be challenged.
The march had begun, and yet beneath the ordered ranks and the thunder of the Mumakil there stirred another movement, unseen by most and unspoken in the councils of the city. For even as the banners of Harad turned northward, riders were sighted upon the far horizon, their standards strange to the southern wind. Azarod had sent word eastward in secrecy, calling upon his old companion in war, Kamul, lord among the Easterlings, and the answer had come swift and silent. From beyond the deserts and the wide lands of Rune they approached, hardened men beneath darkened helms, their coming known only to Oth commanders. Not even the woman in shadow had foreseen this summoning, nor guessed that another host would join to march to destroy Minas Ithil.
Azarod, my friend.
Thank you that you came for aid, Kamul.
Now, let's go and drink before the manhunt begins. Still smells of salt.
And the East still pretends sand is a kingdom. We have time before the riders return.
Umbar never lets go, does it? I heard you bent the knee to a child and called her queen.
A child playing at crowns. Harad bows because it fears silence more than rule. She can barely hold court without trembling. A girl ruling men who have bled longer than she has lived.
You mock too easily. That girl walked her halls at night and killed her whole bloodline to take that throne. 23 of them, one by one. No guards, no witnesses. She learned early what power costs. That is why Harad follows her.
My Lord Hamul, we are ready to march.
My friend, this is Nimrael, the Princess Guard's captain, a Númenórean. Just like you, my friend. Her father was killed. when the news arrived of Numenor's destruction. Her mother escaped with her to the north and died in the desert. We found her, and now she is an Easterling warrior and should not be here. She and the prince's guards should be guarding the princess, not go to war. The king, he has lost his mind, my friend. His mind is with poison. That woman, that beast, I have seen her walk out of the king's room with this black wolf. They are the only ones allowed in that room. One night, 12 slaves, gone, just like that. I know it was her. Now she is here with you, and she is doing it to you, too, and to the child queen. Think about it, Azarod. She has sent all of her warriors and Mumakils to war. Harad has no defense. Who leaves a city without any defense? A stupid or person that is not. So this was the smell.
Gas! Knife! Ais! Dia! Nina Sanina! Sesonalije! Hula Sanina! Dosa Dolina! Forza Familie! Pasta Olakhan! Kazina Zino! Biniganiam!
And from the south there came also a remnant of Umbar, not in great number, but hardened and resolute 3,000, who had not forgotten to whom their first oaths were sworn. They marched beneath no bright banner, but under the quiet discipline of seasoned captains. Malzakar of the Black Key, who had held the harbor when others fled, Razum the Iron-Willed, whose sealed wall had never once broken, and Belkor the Sea hardened, scarred by storms and battle alike. They were not the full strength of Umbar, yet in their coming was shown that loyalty, once bound by fear and purpose, does not easily fade.
Azarod Arzagar, son of Meliathon. The desert is no friend to your health, cousin. It has thinned you.
The desert strips away weakness. What remains is enough.
Enough, perhaps. But you would look stronger with the wind of Umbar in your lungs and salt on your cloak.
Aye. Leave him here too long, and he will forget the sound of waves.
And yet, you came when called.
Your falcon bore your mark. That was reason enough. 3,000 answered. The rest will follow when the sea settles.
You came swiftly.
Swiftly enough to hear troubling news before we departed.
Belian?
Dead.
Gondor?
We cannot say.
It was no soldier's strike. There were no ranks broken. No blades left behind. No wounded crawling from the dark. 70 fell with her. In one night. They were found scattered, some torn, some hollowed, as though something had taken what it wished and left the rest to cool.
No tracks, no banners, no sign of struggle beyond the first moment.
Then it was not war.
War waits ahead, not behind. At dawn we move. Minas Ithil will not expect South and East united as one.
Then they will learn. One night beneath these stars. Tomorrow, we give them new ones to count.
Rest. At first light, we march. I still hope that my falcon reached Efel Duath.
But even as the words left his lips, the winds had already turned against him, and far to the north upon the rugged heights of Ithilien the watchers of Gondor stood beneath a pale sky, Scanning the horizons where river and mountain meet, a dark shape crossed the light, swift and purposeful, and the bowstring sang once, clean and merciless, sending the falcon spiraling from the heavens to strike the dust among the broken stones. Silent men descended from their perch, pried the sealed message from its talons, and broke the wax beneath hardened eyes. And what was written there stirred no panic but resolve. For the parchment was borne with urgency through guarded passes and torchlit corridors, until it reached the high chambers of Minas Ithil, where the king of Gondor would soon learn that the shadow had already begun to move.
Isildur. Gil-galad, my friend.
Azerod is ready. I am ready. I want what was promised to me.
You did very well, dear Goliath. The Master is pleased, and will give you the promised reward. Feast on Kaharad. Bring it into darkness.
do not seek conquest for the pleasure of ruin. I seek order because I have seen what this world becomes without it. Endless division, petty kings clinging to pride, weak rulers wasting lands, lives, and time in their hunger for power while calling it freedom. They name me tyrant because I would end their chaos. They fear me not because I bring evil, but because I bring design. Under one will, the roads would be safe, the towers strong, the laws unbroken, and every realm bent toward a single purpose. No waste, no rebellion, no decay born of weakness and doubt. They call this domination. I call it salvation. For what is freedom if it leads only to suffering, war, and ruin? Better one hand strong enough to rule all than 1,000 hands tearing the world apart. Let them resist me if they wish. In the end, even they shall understand that peace is not given by mercy, but forged by power.
I have to be swift.
Thus the Watchers of Gondor beheld the stirring of the south, and what they saw they dared not carry by one hand alone. From the distant wastes they rode in haste, passing the word from rider to rider at the great crossings and along the hidden roads, each bearing only a part, each vanishing as the next took the burden. North they pressed, from desert to river, from river into the green lands beyond, until the message was carried through forest and shadow alike. Still the tidings endured, and at last the final rider came, weary but unbroken, and delivered the truth, that a great host was on the march, and war had begun.
Kings of Gondor!
Your brother is back. He needs you near him.
What happened?
Anarion, Isolde waits for you. Your brother needs you.
Nothing is more important than to be with you. I will see you, my love.
Dark times are coming, dear.
Brother, it grows stronger by the day. A fair sign, brother. Aye, its roots have taken well. There is more strength in it now than when first we set it here. Then perhaps this land also shall take root as deeply. If we are wise enough to keep it, brother. Anarion, we have manners to discuss. What is it?
Mordor is stirring.
So soon? Word came at dawn. Orcs have been sighted in numbers along the passes above Ithilien, from the eastern watch beyond it. Smoke by night, columns by morning, and now fugitives out of the border villages bring the same tale. From Minas Ithil? Then the shadow no longer troubles itself with secrecy. No, it gathers openly. Has father been told? He has, brother. And also the elven kings. And what says he? That the walls must be strengthened, the crossings watched, and every captain warned. He would not have fear outrun truth. Yet he does not mistake what this means. Nor do I. I thought you should hear it here, before the heralds and the horns begin their work. You did rightly. It is a bitter thing, to stand beneath a living tree and speak of war. Such is the fate of our house, it seems. We plant with one hand and take up the sword with the other. Then let us pray the one outlives the other.
kings of Gondor!
I love you, Wilmers.
When you are well, I will take you to Rivendell to see the elves.
Elves? Oh, I would love that.
It's a promise. Just rest now.
I will. Come, Wilmer. Dance with me.
You shall not move too much or the child will lose the north. Tell me true. Captain, I would not give false hope. The fever lies too deep upon her now. We've done what we could. What you could. I am sorry. No. Say it plain. She is dying. Her strength failed quickly. Had she been brought sooner to the inner chambers? She was brought. There were others before her. Others? Those of greater station. Wounded from the Eastern Watch, a lady of one of the old houses. The rooms were few, and the chief remedies had already been given. So she waited. Captain, she waited while you measured rank and name. Please, you speak in grief. I speak in truth. Had she worn silk, you would have flown to her bedside. Had she borne some high name, you would have cast these halls open. But she was poor and only my wife. We gave her what aid remained to us for yours and her kind. What remained? The scraps of your art after better blood had taken the rest. You speak of what you do not understand. Gondor asked my sword without delay. When we need of help, Gondor found reason to wait. Peace now. Your anger serves her not. And your service came too late! Captain, please. I am the captain of the Southern Watches. I keep you safe! Captain, please. She is dead. Then there is no further need of my skill here. The reckoning for my attendance shall be sent to you in due course.
Come in.
You have called for me, my queen.
What tidings from the south? Have any word come of Azerod and the hosts of Umbar and Harad?
None, my lady. No rider nor any falcon has returned, and no banner has been seen upon the road.
Still nothing.
Nothing certain, lady. Only rumor and the wind's own tale.
Then keep watch. If any word comes, be it dark or fair, let it be brought to me at once.
It shall be done, my lady.
Enough, Haldar. I'm no lady. It's me. I don't want this title.
I am sorry, Belian.
Then go, Haldar.
Harad must wait. I want a king in Umbar, not a queen.
A word has come from the east. Mordor is stirring. Orcs have been seen again beyond the borders, and there is movement under shadow. Then the peace was but a pause.
Forgive me, lady. I do not yet know these matters as you do. Why does this seem to grieve you so deeply?
Because such tidings seldom come alone. They are the first wind before the storm. And Sauron, is he truly so terrible as men say? More terrible, perhaps, for he is not mighty only in war. In elder days he served the great enemy, and after his master's fall he remained. He comes not always first with fire and iron, but with cunning, with fair words, with gifts that conceal chains. Thus does he ensnare the proud and the fearful alike. And that is the darkest part of him. Aye, steel may withstood, but deceit enters gladly where armies are denied.
Then what lies ahead for us?
Long watchfulness, hard tidings, and perhaps grief before the end. Such is the lot of those who dwell too near the shadow. You speak plainly, Mother. Better plain truth than sweet blindness.
I had thought these days would be only of joy.
And so they shall be, if a while.
My lady.
Come now, let us set aside dark thoughts for this hour. There we have fairer work for us.
What work is that?
To make ready for Anarian's wedding, and see that his bride is adorned as befits the house she is about to enter.
I am a monster. No one will ever love me.
You are not a monster, my queen. You are a great ruler and warrior. You should not fear for your future. Many would ask for your hand. Thank you. You are not part of our master's plan. You don't need to be part of a plan. You are now part of my plan. Come, I'm not afraid of death.
Get off me!
You can't escape.
just a woman, no fear of her.
What happened here?
I will kill her. I will kill her.
Go and find Azeroth. Aye. Azeroth, the captain calls for you.
arrived.
Thank you.
Hirdan!
Welcome to Linden, Captain. How beautiful, Linden.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Gurtko trim, jemornie oira. Jemornie, nualia kalakwera. Gurtko trim, jemornie oira. Jemornie, nualia kalakwera.
Shut up, Balian!
Grandmother, I'd rather go a place.
Come forth, child. The hour of offering is at hand. The blood within you is not yours to keep, but a due gift to the Lord in darkness. Yield it and be received.
Homanami new Vatena Tele Yao. Ovonyanatina Jequenia Senamin. Anakava Tel Yamen. Autiovan Desi Elinisia. Altila Me. Aurentor. Akbar. Nayu Altiza Imbamba. Hormamani Vateha Talia Yao. Hormamini Vatena Talia Yao. Rumadela. Altamikulaj. Vaikweta Heriveye. Anato Ukurinyauta. Nanya, Hinaeros, Hachimas, Astad, Astaho!
Kormami ni vetenata eleli au. Thank you, Cartax.
From the burning lands of the south, the great host at last began to move. Beneath banners of Harad and Rune, through dust and iron and the cry of war horns, Azarod set his will upon the road to conquest. No longer was he a lord among quarreling powers, but the master of a gathering storm. And behind him marched not scattered tribes, but an army forged by fear, ambition, and the promise of blood. Beside him rode Kamul, silent as death, and Urzul Ash, fierce as the desert sun, while countless warriors, horsemen, and beasts of war stretched across the earth like a dark tide rolling northward. Yet this was no common march, nor merely the advance of men hungry for battle, for in the heart of that host there moved a deeper purpose, a shadow greater than crowns or kingdoms. And though Azarod believed the hour of his triumph had come, there were already eyes upon him in the waste, hidden powers that had marked his rising and would not suffer his road to pass unchallenged. Thus the south gave forth its strength, and the march to destiny began.
Fire!
I have found the Queen! She's here in Glip's cave!
You have to keep yourself warm, my queen.
Our prayers to Eru have borne fruit. We are very glad you are with us, my queen. Umbar thought you would never recover from the attack.
Have found any trace of the woman?
None, my lady. The guard has searched the courts, the lower ways, and the outer alleys besides. No name is known, and no face has been given that matches your account.
Then she came and went as a shadow.
So it would seem.
And no other saw her.
So it would seem, my queen. None who dared swear to it. Few speak of a dark figure, but fear makes many shapes in troubled minds.
And the guards?
They are all dead, my lady. No trace, only the dark spider webs.
This was no trouble fancy. I felt her hand. I saw her eyes. There was malice in her true old.
You should not dwell over long upon it, lady. Your strength has not yet fully returned.
How shall I not dwell on it, when some hidden foe may walk even now beneath my roof?
We shall keep watch. If she be of flesh and blood, she may yet be found.
And if she be not?
Then all the more should you husband your strength, and leave dark guessing for another hour.
You speak kindly, though I like not the counsel.
Then let me give you better tidings, if I may.
If such there be, speak them swiftly.
The second falcon came 3 days ago, my lady.
3 days ago?
Aye. It was held back from you while your wound was yet fresh and your fever high. But it is here now, safe kept.
At last some light has entered this house. Bring it to me at once. To Azarod, Lord of the South, from Belian, who holds Umbar in your stead. My lord, I send this word by swift wing, though it comes late, for I have but now returned from darkness and silence. 3 days was I lost, and none knew whether I lived or had passed beyond recall. They found me at last within a hidden cave, deep and forgotten, where no light of sun had touched for many years. Know this, I was not taken by chance nor by mortal hand. An ancient being came upon me, clothed in the form of a woman, yet no woman was she. There was a presence about her, old and terrible, and though I escaped her grasp, I do not think her purpose ended with me. Of her name I know nothing, nor whence she came, but I judge her no servant of men, nor bound to any lord we know. Yet her coming troubles me more than any open foe, for she moves unseen and leaves no trace. Still my strength returns, and the city stands. All is held as you left it. I await your will. Belian.
She is alive.
We have come from far to see the great southern host march.
If you come from far, then tell me, my friend, where are your footsteps?
They are bad omens, Azeroth.
You speak of ill omen, yet you ride in service of one.
You stand before my host without fear. You claim the road, yet the dust bears no mark of your passing. So tell me truly, what are you, and why do you wait for me here?
We are messengers only, and we have come to bid you halt.
Halt?
Turn back your armies. Break this advance. Go no farther toward Gondor.
You come out of empty air to command kings?
Not command, war.
Then speak your warning.
The road ahead is dark, and the end of it darker still.
Spare me riddles. If you would stop me, speak plainly.
Very well. Do not bring this war upon the north. Do not cast all these peoples into a fire from which none shall return unscarred.
And should I instead wait meekly for Gondor to choose the hour of my ruin?
You speak as though you have no choice but war.
For men in my place, often there is none.
There is always a choice.
For the strong, perhaps. For the sheltered. For those whose cities stand behind ancient stone and whose names are already written in power. But not for us. Not for Harad. Not for Rune. Not for the lands that the West names wild and therefore fit to be threatened, taxed, used, or broken.
Well spoken.
Gondor does not conquer only with swords. It reaches with treaties, with ports, with tribute, with pressure laid slowly upon the throat. A prince bends, then a city, then a coast. And one day a people wakes to find itself chained, though no battle was ever named.
There is truth in that.
Yes, there is. The South has long been divided, so has the East. Divided realms are devoured. Harad alone is weak, Rune alone is weak, Khand alone is weak. But gathered together, they may yet stand. If we do not strike while strength is ours, we shall kneel when strength is gone.
Your grievance is not ours. But cause alone does not hallow the road you walk.
And what road would you set before me? Submission? Delay? Hope that Gondor will grow merciful?
No. Yet neither should you yoke your fate to a shadow that will consume all it touches.
I kneel to no shadow.
Azeroth?
No, let them hear me. I kneel to no one. I do what must be done for those who stand behind me, for my people, for those who would otherwise be swallowed one by one while the North calls it order.
Then we waste words here.
Do you truly believe you are the master of this war?
I believe I am master enough to seize the hour given to me.
Many have believed the same, and many learned too late that they'd only become the hand of another werewolf.
Then let that be my burden to bear.
They are not common wanderers.
I had guessed as much.
Then hear me plainly in return. I will not turn back. Not now. Not when the South is gathered. Not when the East is risen. Not when Gondor still believes the world beyond its walls exists only to be judged or ruled. If war must come, let it come by my choosing, not theirs.
So the choice is made. Then remember this hour, Azeroth, when the road grows strange beneath your feet.
Is that a threat?
No, a warning.
You have given it. Now stand aside.
We do not bar your path, but there are paths in Haradwaith and beyond that no king commands.
What do you mean?
You know the roads of Mian. You know the Banamas of princes, the wells, the fortresses, the caravans, the thrones. But there are older things in those lands. Many unknown beings under the earth, and many in the skies above Haradwaith. Not all can be bent to fear. Not all will flee before armies.
Then let them come. I do not turn back.
No, you do not. Go then, Lord of Nothing. and may your wisdom prove greater than your pride, friend.
Come in.
Lady Bellion.
Herumo and Funa. My friends, I can't now move much because of my pain. I couldn't be more happier by having you with me, my friends.
How fares your strength, Lady Bellion?
My strength returns, though slowly. The wound lies deep, and even the simplest needs of the body are become a torment.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bellion. We have sent forth all our watchers and spies to seek the woman who assailed you.
The second letter has come.
Then the hour is set, at last. What says he?
That the host of the south moves still, and the road ahead is already chosen.
So we strike when he strikes.
Aye, yet not blindly. He does not command the manner of it, only that we be ready, and that our hand not falter when the hour comes.
Then give the word, and we shall take the walls before Gondor can draw breath.
No, not so. This is no taking of crowns, no swift conquest to be held. We are to move with purpose, not hunger. If we spend ourselves in the first blow, we serve nothing.
Then you would have us delay.
I would have us think. He trusts us to act with judgment. That is no small burden, and not one I will carry alone. Speak, then. If Gondor is to be drawn into war, where would you strike? How would you move, that the strength is not gathered too swiftly, nor wasted too soon?
You would have counsel from those you were set to command?
I would have victory. Pride can wait.
Good. Then hear this. Gondor does not fear a single blow. It fears what it cannot see. If we move openly, they will gather. If we move too slowly, they will prepare. We must be present, not spent. Let them come to us. Let them think we are the threat to be broke on first.
To draw them out and hold them.
A net, not a blade. And when they commit strength, they cannot be elsewhere.
Just so. Then we do not storm. We surround, we take ground, close the roads, and wait. We show enough strength that Gondor cannot ignore us. That not so much that they crush us at once.
A dangerous balance.
All wars are.
I begin to see why he left you here.
Then see also this, when Gondor comes we do not break. Not for fear, nor for haste, we hold until his design is fulfilled.
And you trust this design?
I do not need to trust it. Only to stand in it. Good. Then make ready your men. Quietly. No banners, no noise. When we move as one.
And the place? And when this war is ended, Libby Billion, what life would you claim when the sword is laid aside?
I would grow a garden.
A garden?
Garden?
Across the shadowed reaches of Umbar they went, the spies of Bellion sent in silence to seek the woman who moved unseen. They searched where no light willingly lingered, among the broken ship graveyards, where hollow hulls groaned in the wind, within their dark ribs thick with web and dust, through the sewers beneath the city, where foul waters crept between ancient stones, and unseen things stirred beyond the torch's reach. and in every forgotten place where shadow had taken root, even the sons of Heremor and Fuinor were sent forth by their fathers, driven by pride and the promise of favor. Long they hunted and found nothing but silence and unease, until one path led deeper than the rest. For it was the son of Herumor who came at last to an ancient dungeon, buried beneath the weight of years, where the air itself seemed to cling and breathe. There, in the stillness beyond all sound, he found what the others had not, and in finding her, he was lost.
Master?
Who are you? Show yourself! Where are you? I will cut you in pieces! With your face!
The chorus and sweet, I pray allow this rest my life, and the small great eyes close I see thee. Asaroth.
To Belian, faithful in Umbar, the south is gathered, Harad has answered, and the banners of many lords now stand beneath one purpose. The host is made ready, and the road before us lies open. Yet this is but the first word, and not the last. Therefore be watchful, and look to the skies in the days to come. Await the second falcon, for by that winged messenger shall I send the place of our meeting, when the hour is ripe and the road is chosen. Until then, keep all in silence, and let no restless tongue outrun tidings. Hold fast, and be steadfast, Azarod.
We have found you.
korur lugur gorzodach kram Gashur trakurs balrog haishakurs Angmar burzur nazgur krul thrak Angmar lugar gash burzumur Krul shikrim pur zawkach thrak Urukach